Hello and welcome to 2026 and officially the year of the fire horse. I'm Megan Kieran, I'm your spiritual bestie, and I really just want to dive into the energies of what we were all going through and getting out of in 2025 and that transition to 2026 and why the Chinese New Year this year is very significant. So 2025 in numerology, it was a 9 year. It was the end of the 1 to 9 cycle. In numerology, every 9 years there's a cycle. So in a 9 year, it was all about endings. It was all about clearing. It was all about really getting rid of things in your past. This coincided with the year of the wood snake for the Chinese New Year last year. And the wood snake really was all about shedding our skin to become more authentic. But a lot of us went through these inward struggles last year because we are being called to level up. And a huge theme had been creating space, but we didn't realize that we were creating space as we were going through certain things because it was so painful. A lot of the things that we had to go through were refeeling emotions and traumas from the past, whether we were conscious of the situation that occurred or not. But as we were dealing with those situations that came up again, whether it was in another person or whether it was just the memory of it and that emotion was coming up, we were really purging that out of our system. So sometimes we do need to feel it again to release it. And a lot of us on this spiritual journey, this healing journey, we have been consciously trying to get ourselves to a higher place where we are the best version of ourselves, but also the version of ourselves that feels right, that's aligned with our higher self, that's aligned with our destined path. And in order to get there, we really had to undo the programming that had been layered upon us since we were a child, since we were born, right? I have two toddlers and I'm literally programming them every day in a way because they're taking direction from me. And we are all programmed to be and behave a certain way. And if we don't have the tools to be able to discern and come back to who we truly are, it gets piled on top and really muddled. So, this in turn with technology and the advancements that we've experienced in the past 20 years with social media and just rapid information has caused even more trauma and more depression in the mind, more sadness in the mind, and a lot of heaviness in the collective and with people around us. There's so many people right now that have gone through really heavy stuff and are feeling really heavy emotions. But we don't have to always feel these emotions when we go through certain situations. And a lot of the bad stuff that we went through is in the past. So, what we're clearing and what we're healing and what we have gone through, that all ended in 2025. But because we live in an energetic world, it's not black and white where it's like, okay, it's over. Now here's our new life in 2026. Here's where we start and begin. There's that period of integration where it feels kind of like a squeeze. And that kind of all came to a head this week as we entered the year of the fire horse. So we finally shed our last skin and we took it all off. We left it in the past. We made peace with it. Now, I want to tell you, there are certain situations when we think of in our life, for me particularly, if I think of the past situations and, oh my gosh, that was such a good time, I almost feel suffocated that I can't go back there. But that timeline still exists somewhere, right? And that moment, those experiences, those people made me who I am today. So even though those people may not be here or things are different now, they're still a part of us. So being able to heal that part has made me really step into a different version of myself. And personally, like my dad had a stroke at the end of last year, and it was really hard. He's a lot older, so going through that really made me start grieving and mourning. but almost too prematurely. And this came to a head this week as well, where I was really grieving and mourning because he had lost weight and there isn't anything imminent happening. Like he's still good. So I was wondering why I was feeling this heaviness. And it was really me finally grieving and mourning that final version of myself. So he was a reflection of me internally and what I needed to let go of. And as we enter the year of the fire horse, things just feel more open, things feel lighter, things feel like they're going to begin to move. And personally, the past 6 weeks, there have been a lot of little changes that have been adding up, but it was more preparation. I rearranged my entire house. I cleared out a lot of clothes. I cleared out a lot of the junk that was hidden away for a very long time. And now that that's out of the way, I'm literally so open to all of the abundance that I've been manifesting for the first time in so long that I know it's going to come my way. I manifested my family, I manifested my 2 kids, that all happened, and now I'm ready for the next thing. And as I experience, aging parents, as I experience financial just out of controlness since I left my corporate career when I had my kids, having those instabilities is something that I have to reprogram how I look at that as. They are more opportunities. I have more opportunities to be grateful for every day I have with my dad, and also to understand what other people are going through when they have a sick loved one or have to go through a similar experience. So I know these experiences I'm going through are for me to understand more about the human experience. And by feeling those emotions, I'm able to become the observer of it as well so that I can reflect on it and be like, oh, okay, you know, my relationship with my dad is never going to end. I'm sure when he's around me in spirit, we may even be closer, right? So those are things that really keep me going. And leaving the corporate world is giving me the opportunity to figure out what's next after my kids get a little older and really step into my role as a spiritual entrepreneur and my purpose on this planet. So, if you're going through a lot of changes and you've been waiting for a lot, this is the year for you. And I'm going to pull an oracle card just to see where the energies are at for the start of the year of the fire horse. So let's see. Okay, make mistakes. So I think this is really pointing to us just going for it. Whatever has been on your mind, whatever you've been wanting to do, just go, just jump, make that move, whether it be physical, whether it be in a relationship, whether it be your career. This is the year where the energies are going to support you to make that jump. Where in the past you may think it was a mistake, the old version of you that you had worked so hard to let go of may still think that it's a mistake to leave your corporate job or to move across the country for a relationship or a loved one. But deep down, if you know this is what your heart truly desires, the opportunities are endless and it will really light you up because there's a major split happening between the old world and the new world. And there's a lot of people that are still sucking us down and that can still be a part of the energies of fear and worry and anxiety. But we can step out of that by doing things that are really grounding for us, that are really in line with our soul's purpose, right? Maybe it is a corporate career, right? Maybe it is just staying put where you are and not making any changes. But this is the opportunity is here right now for this year. So I hope this helped. Let me know how you guys are feeling. I hope you have an amazing year of the fire horse, the rest of 2026, because this is just the beginning. This is literally just the beginning. We have just began to lay the foundation and create the space for our dream life. So I am so honored for you to even be here with me on the planet right now. I don't think you realize how special you are to be on the planet during all of these incredible energies that are coming onto Earth to support us. See you next time. I'm Megan Kieran. Namaste.